Hello everyone, I'm Vika Vinogradova. This is a channel with recipes for lazy people. Apologies, but we're preparing instant noodles today. So here's how it turned out. I think I need to explain because after all the title says ramen. And you probably came here looking for it, and here I am with instant noodles. In fact, there are two dishes that often get confused. Ramen is a Japanese dish that's very complicated, requiring several hours just to simmer the broth. Noodles, meat, eggs, and vegetables are all prepared separately before being combined. You get a delicious, satisfying, and nutritious ramen. And there's harmful fast food ramen Korean. In Korea, despite the hype, the instant noodles sold are the same as ours, just called ramen. And the wise Koreans who eat this both in dry form and in prepared broth, they started to experiment, adding various ingredients there. Basically, they open the fridge, everything that's in the fridge, everything goes in there. As you can see, this recipe is incredibly easy, simple, and fast, perfect for my Lenovo channel. And I want to say right away that I watched it on Satya Patin's channel. If anything, I'll leave a link to this video in the description below. Well, maybe you'll be interested in watching the original. And you know, I think I'm starting to have this syndrome of promoting someone's video in each of my videos. I don't know what to do about it. Well, it's not the point. Anyway, I tried this recipe, made it, it's insanely easy, simple, I liked it. I even tried it with one type of pasta, with another one, it was great. I think you need to experiment, and it worked out. And today, I'll show you the first version, insanely easy, and the second one will be more complicated, there will be more ingredients. Well, that is, it's for those who are not completely lazy, but are ready to make some effort for a delicious dish. So that's how we'll proceed with you. And I want to say right away that in that original video, and in principle, Koreans, they use a certain ramen, or ramen, Lord, I'm already confused myself. In general, they use a certain type of ramen noodle. I'll insert a picture somewhere of what it looks like. But, since we live in Russia, we can of course get such noodles, order it on the internet, it's definitely sold. But in our Russia, this is the harsh reality. We have such a chan ramen for sale. At least you can definitely find it in any supermarket, especially in Pyaterochka it is actively sold, and in Lenta, in general, many places. It comes in three types. There's this orange one, there's a red one, it's spicier, there's a green one. I will generally cook based on it. I don't think it will turn out much worse than if we were making it from some original ramen. Moreover, well, this is what, chan ramen, premium doshirak, why not? In general, I suggest we start making it. Let's go. The first recipe is as simple as possible. We pour 2.5 glasses of water into a small saucepan and add the spices, right the same ones that are in the packet. Here we have greens and seasonings. As soon as the water boils, we add the noodles according to the instructions. It boils for 4 to 5 minutes. We wait until the noodles soften a bit and break an egg into it. Someone leaves it just like that. Don't touch it. It turns out something like poached egg, but you can stir it. In this case, we will have a more hearty, tasty soup. And quickly stir it, and in a couple of minutes it's ready. We send the grated cheese here. In the original video on YouTube, processed cheese was used, but I don't think it's a really crucial point. I have a regular one. Here's the grated hard cheese. Now we just cook it until ready. By the way, it is written on the noodle packaging itself that it is recommended to periodically take the noodles to the surface, giving it a chance to saturate with oxygen. Who can't use chopsticks properly, it's Vika. I'm recording Asian recipes, and while doing this, just look at how I hold these chopsticks. And how I'm trying heroically to pull this unfortunate noodle to the surface. It doesn't want to, I tried guys. And here we get such a healthy noodle mess. Straight from the pot with the broth. The only downside is the cheese sticks to the bottom if not removed from the pan quickly enough. I'm thinking of cooking the noodles with the egg first and only adding the cheese when it's poured into the bowl. Alright, it's time to try what we've got here. Actually, I've tried it already and know it's delicious. It's really hearty. You saw how it's made. This is a truly lazy recipe. I don't know, lazier, in my opinion, just nowhere. Well, unless you just purely cook instant noodles yourself. And it's really tasty, guys, because it turns out to be a full-fledged dish. Here you have both soup, in essence, and a second course, it seems, a little bit. And look, you can add anything you want here if you wish. For example, you can chop up some sausages, and it's not a bad idea. any kind of breast and so on. For the simplest porridge, adding cheese, bacon, egg, onion, or vegetables to taste is recommended. In general, you can experiment here as you like. And it's really tasty. Both cheese and eggs are present. Everything blends together just perfectly. Of course, you can also drink this soup separately here. The bun is absolutely fabulous. The addition of eggs and cheese enhance the delicate, creamy and delicious aroma of the dish. That is, the bun is fire. In general, I don't know, in my opinion, you can fully eat these. Okay, that's it, I need to stop. I still have another recipe ahead that I want to make more interesting. Now I'm going to eat like this, and that's it. I won't have room for a second one. And I think it's going to be really cool. I'm going to boil an egg in a separate saucepan. After the water boils, it needs to be cooked for about 3 minutes to harden the yolk. Essentially, we're hard boiling an egg. I'm also going to cook some bacon, but I'll do it the lazy way. I just lay it out on some baking paper like this. I'm going to microwave it for just a couple of minutes. We're just going to cover it all up like this. And into the microwave at full power, literally for 2 minutes. In principle, you can remove it after 1.5 minutes. However, you can keep it for up to 3 minutes, and it will essentially be like this. I'm unsure why it burns like this specifically in the center. The rest of it turned out very pretty, just as it should be. Well, this is why it got burnt for some reason. But if you leave it for 3 minutes, it will be very crispy and roasted. That is essentially the less time, the more it will be tender, pinkish, soft. And while the egg is boiling in the distant pot, we also boil our noodles in the same way. We add to it 2.5 glasses of water and the same spices, but you cannot use them and take, for example, your own, which you like. We also bring this greenery to a boil just in case, specifying that as soon as the egg is boiled, lower it into cold water to cool it down faster. Exactly the same, as soon as the water boils, we send the noodles there, and as soon as the noodles have slightly unfolded, we send the frozen vegetables to it. Absolutely any that you like. You know, those ready-made mixes in packets sold in stores. We throw all this in and also cook for 4 to 5 minutes. And I proceed to assembly. A little bit of broth at the bottom, then our soup, the remaining vegetables. Now we lay out our bacon and eggs. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm here eating, making a mess, cooking, and raving about how delicious everything is. Only then do I notice that it turns out, forgot to turn on the microphone. In general, I will now have a double two. Guys, this is very tasty. No, as I say, guys, it's time to try. Let's see what we got. This is genuinely impressive and amazing. This mix of bacon, boiled egg, greens, boiled sausage with a small bun at the bottom. This is very healthy. And you get tired of this. I mean, you know, this usual instant noodle which you take, what's there? Lord, how can you get full with this? This is a full-fledged lunch. No, I would even say, you know, it's more like a lunch. There's a lot of everything and it's very, very tasty. Well, you see, I'm already fully immersed in all this. I'm soaking it up, trying to master the chopsticks. I'm learning to use them. Right here with you, to put it bluntly, I'm training in front of your eyes. And I don't always succeed at it. Especially when it comes to such a blunder. Well, that's terrifying. Here with this noodle, it's a side dish with an egg, and with bacon, amazing. I don't know how to call this, like some kind of fast food instant noodles. At least that's how it looks. It really reminds me of Japanese ramen, the one that takes hours to cook. Everything's ready, please come over for a few minutes. And it's amazing. This is very tasty. Guys, this is really cool. Okay, that's it. We need to stop overeating. How do you like such recipes? If you like it, you will laugh now, of course, but there is a third recipe on Kati Papriki's channel. You will laugh because we are just some, I don't know, mental sisters with her. We both love to eat, especially fast food. We are both lazy. We need to be pinned down to make videos. We both get scared of the scary woman from Israel about whom I told in the last video. She trolls there, swears at us in black and white, all in such a spirit. And in general, we periodically come up with the idea to shoot the same thing. Just like this time we miraculously coincided, decided to find out who will cook what. It turned out we're both planning to make ramen. But I have such lazy recipes and she won't have any hangover soup. Hangover soup, in my opinion, sounds very intriguing. In general, since it happened to us, we decided, well, to wander around and just agreed to release these videos at the same time. Suppose you came to my channel, watched 2 recipes you liked, got interested, and wanted to watch a 3rd one. You went straight to Kate's channel and vice versa. You watched her hangover ramen recipe on her channel, then moved on to my lazy recipes. I'll link Kate's video in the description below. Check it out for something interesting and tasty. I know her, she always cooks something cool. That's all from me. Thanks for watching. I'm Vika Vinogradova, wishing everyone a good mood. Bye. Subtitles created